In today's video, we ask the question, is Nintendo Switch 2 too similar to the Nintendo Switch 1? Before we get into this video, I just want to thank everybody for helping us hit 2,500 subscribers recently. Thank you to everybody that's helped us reach that milestone, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider doing so. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Now today we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 again in another video. I know I've done a lot of videos on the Nintendo Switch recently, the Nintendo Switch 2 recently, but today I want to talk about the Switch 2 and is it too similar to the Nintendo Switch 1? Now, lots of people have been saying this online, you know, it just looks like a new Switch. It looks like the same Switch, just changed slightly. I mean, we have the new Joy-Cons, the new magnetic Joy-Cons. It is a new system, it's going to be more powerful, but, you know, some people have been saying online, it doesn't really feel next-gen, it doesn't feel the next generation of Nintendo. Like, when we went from the Wii U to the Switch, that felt like a huge jump, that felt like a change in Nintendo, where the Switch 2 kind of just feels like, you know, the Switch Pro, really, that we never got. It feels like kind of a, you know, a sequel to the Switch 1, which it is. It just feels like, you know, the Switch, but part 2. It feels like just a sequel to a film you've already seen, if that makes sense. So it is very, very similar to the Switch 1. It's not a huge jump. It's not going from the N64 to the GameCube. In my opinion, what they're doing here is they're kind of doing like an Apple approach. You know, Apple have made the iPhone for, you know, nearly 20 years at this point. And, you know, obviously they change over time, they adapt the iPhone, they do different changes, but it is fundamentally the same thing. This is what Nintendo are doing, they're just making a new Switch. It's kind of like going from, you know, the iPhone 11 or 12 and then going to the iPhone 16. Yeah, there is some jumps there, you know what I mean, there is some changes there. And to be honest, Nintendo is playing, you know, this whole thing very, very safe. It's just a new Switch. It's what we already know and love, just more powerful, and that's what people have been asking for a long time. I feel like people loved the Nintendo Switch, the first one. They loved the Nintendo Switch 1, and I feel like the only real issue with the Switch 1 was its lack of power, the lack of third-party support, and, you know, that's something that's going to be fixed with Switch 2. It does feel kind of boring, I must admit. Not that I'm not excited for it, but I'd be a lot more excited if this was, you know, a whole new Nintendo concept or a whole new Nintendo machine with a different name. I'd be more excited for it, but I feel like Nintendo Switch 2 will do well. The original Switch 1 has sold over 100 million units. It's really, really successful. So of course Nintendo want to repeat that. And to be honest, I feel like Nintendo have made the Switch 2 maybe too similar on purpose. Of course, we saw the disaster of the Wii U. The Wii U tried to change things, but then didn't really. It was kind of a sequel to the Wii. People didn't really know what it was. People thought that the Wii U gamepad was an add-on for the Wii. I feel like Nintendo have seen what happened with that, and they've gone for the safe option of just calling it Nintendo Switch 2. This is Nintendo Switch 2. This is just a sequel to the Switch, and I feel like that was a safe thing to do, given what happened to the Wii U. The answer to the question that we're talking about in this video, is the Switch 2 too similar to the Switch 1? Yes, but that's kind of by design to ensure that it sells well and ensure that people want to actually buy it, and it's just a sequel. It's designed to be similar. It's designed to be kind of under the same family of systems. It's just a sequel, it's another Switch. That's all this is. But that's not a bad thing either. You know, having something so similar to the Switch 1 when the Switch 1 was so great automatically kind of makes the Switch 2 also great, because they share so many similarities, if that makes sense. Of course, it might be too early to actually judge the Nintendo Switch 2. In the first trailer, it appears very similar, maybe a little bit too similar to the Switch 1, but hopefully when we see the Switch 2 Direct, or maybe the Nintendo Switch 2 Experience events that are being held all around the world, maybe we'll start to see some differences and make the Switch 2 stand out. Because that's what I want to see. I want to see reasons why you should buy a Switch 2. I mean, I know the games are going to be there, I know it's going to be more powerful, but I want to see some, you know, some reasons, some selling points. What can you only do on Switch 2 that you can't do on Switch 1? And we will probably see that in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, which is coming up in April. We just have to wait. As of right now, yes, there is an argument to be made that things are too similar with the Switch 1 and Switch 2, but we haven't had a full reveal yet. We've just had a first look, and maybe with another trailer or two or a Direct, we'll be able to, you know, distinguish the two different Switches and go, yes, that's definitely the Switch 1, this is the Switch 2, this is why the Switch 2 stands out, this is why we need a Switch 2. Besides the games, because they're, the games are why you buy a system, but just, other selling points, like other gimmicks, that kind of thing, just to make the Switch 2 stand out a little bit more. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Is the Switch 2 too similar to the Switch 1? Are you disappointed in the reveal? Are you excited? Are you happy it's very similar to the Switch 1? There is an argument to be made that this is a good thing that it's so similar to the Switch 1. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching, everyone.